The market smelled of burnt oil and stale bread. Smoke clung to the ceiling where old vents struggled to breathe, and every voice was edged with hunger. Jarek pulled his hood low as he moved through the stalls, but he knew it made little difference. Whispers followed him wherever he went. Predator. Warden. Crownless. His name painted on the air, even when mouth stayed closed. He hated it. He wanted only to scavenge, to barter for scraps, to disappear back into the dark. But the forge in his chest burned too loud. 5 rings spun inside him now, jagged, grinding against each other until each breath was work. The hunger prowled between them like a beast in a cage, its voice constant. They watch you. They kneel to you. Take them. Wear their fear like a crown. He clenched his fists, forcing his chains to still. No, he whispered, though his voice was drowned by the crowd. Varric walked at his side, crimson eye clicking with each step, measuring every shadow. He carried no basket, bartered for nothing, but his presence parted paths as surely as a knife. Merchants hawked wares in hoarse voices, withered vegetables, rusted tools, scraps of guild parchment. But it was the whispers that mattered. A preacher spoke near the fountain, his voice carrying. The crownless binds fire with golden chains. He is proof of the black flame. He will lead us to the sky. Black flames flickered in his palms, and eyes turned toward Jarek. Varric's knife twitched, but he did not move. He leaned closer, his voice low. Don't answer. Don't deny. Denial feeds them as much as acceptance. Walk. Jarek forced his legs to move. The preacher's voice rose louder, chasing them through the square. Back in the den, Jarek slammed his hand against the wall, stone dust falling. Why won't they stop? I never asked for this. Varric cleaned his knife with steady strokes. Because you are fire. Fire cannot ask not to burn. I don't want to be their prophet. Or their weapon. Or their proof. Varric's crimson eye ticked once. Then forge something else. That's the only way. If you want us to keep making more stories like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Azure Inkblade. Now, back to the chapter. Jarek sank against the wall, chest burning with every breath. The hunger purred, smug. You cannot escape me. You cannot escape them. You are mine. Sleep was shallow that night. He dreamed of beasts pouring through doors, of chains snapping loose, of crowds chanting his name until silence fell heavy. He woke gasping, sweat soaking his shirt. Varric watched from the bench, knife in hand, crimson eye glowing faintly. You can't silence names with anger, Varric said. You silence them with deeds. The next day, they hunted again. The seam split open in a collapsed stairwell, stone glowing with black fire. The beast that crawled through was shaped like a stag, its antlers wreathed in ash, its body burning from within. It bellowed, a sound that shook dust from the ceiling. Jarek's chains lashed out, binding its legs, dragging it down. The forge roared, the hunger screaming louder than ever. The soul tore free and slammed into him, fire blazing through his veins. He hammered it into shape, forging another jagged ring even as pain split him apart. 6 now, grinding together, each heavier than the last. He fell to his knees, chest blazing, sweat dripping into ash. Varric crouched beside him, crimson eye ticking. You hold more than most ever will. But each ring is a weight. Carry too many without tempering, and you'll break. Jarek gasped, trying to steady his breath. The hunger laughed inside him, delighted. 6. Stronger. Keep feeding. Never stop. When they returned to the market, the whispers were louder. The cult spread word of the stag, painting it as prophecy. The gangs muttered about owning him. The guild scribes took notes in neat hands. Varric leaned close, voice low. The walls are closing. You can't stay a scavenger in the dark. You have to choose how to stand or they'll choose it for you. Jarek pulled his hood lower, but the forge in his chest made hiding impossible. He walked faster, heart pounding, the hunger purring louder. He had forged 6 rings. He had survived. But every step felt heavier. And the names would not stop.